Aloha everybody and welcome back to the Double Switch playthrough. Or should I say, welcome back to the second Double Switch playthrough. This time I'm going to be going for the A rank, which is something I didn't do with the first playthrough because the first playthrough was basically designed to watch the story. I wanted to show off the cheesy acting, the boffo plot. I wanted to show off the trial and error aspect to the game because Double Switch, it's not a perfectly designed product, you know? Its entire design philosophy is that you have to fail over and over and over again until you figure out what you're actually supposed to be doing. The game sets up the plot where you're friends with Eddie, you're friends with Corey Haim, and he's on your side. He wants you to capture Lyle the handyman because he's a bad dude and you should not trust that handyman. And yet, every time you capture Lyle the handyman, that counts as a Ron capture. And it actually prevents you from unlocking certain traps, which can capture the mummy in Act 2. And the mummy himself will arm traps, and you didn't know that you could disarm traps, so you just constantly fall into these holes and constantly fall into these pits where, oh man, you should have went for the guy who got to the fuse box because you didn't. Powers off, and you lose. You have to rewatch all of that all over again, and it's like, ah! At the end of my first playthrough, I got an F rank, which I thought was a little harsh. I mean, an F rank implies that you failed. It implies that you have failed at what you were supposed to do. I got to the ending, I got to the credits, I still succeeded. I should have got a D at least. Why won't they give Clement the D? Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that. But either way, folks, now we're doing an authentic A rank run, which is the highest rank you can get. And because I'm playing Night Trap on the 25th Anniversary Edition for the PlayStation 4, and it's also on Steam, and I don't know if this is coming to Nintendo Switch. That seems like a shoo-in, double Switch for the Switch. Come on, come on. But right now it's on PS4 and Steam, and in order to unlock all of the bonus content, because this new version has bonus content that includes, like, deleted scenes, behind-the-scenes making-of featurette, and stuff like that. And in order to watch any of that stuff, I don't particularly love this design mentality, but you have to get an A rank to unlock the bonus content menu. That's right, you have to have beaten the game with an A rank, the highest rank you can get, not a B, not a C, an A rank, and then you can view the bonus content, which is, you know, this game is trial and error. It's not very long. You see from the length of this video, Double Switch is not even a half-hour long when you know what you're doing. But even still, this is a game that is pretty tricky to figure out. You do have to play it over and over and over again just to really get the hang of it. Like, I have memorized all of the mobster and scroll and key guys, like, animations. And I know exactly what traps they're going to go for the minute I see their footage, because it's just like, oh, the sunglasses woman is in the grad student building. That means she's going to be trapped by the coffin because she never walks by the teeter-totter thing, so you just play it over and over again until you just master it and you memorize it and you just get it burned into your brain. But the thing is, sometimes you get like 3 mobsters at a time who are all showing up at the same time, and you sort of have to pay attention to where they are in their animations to know where you should cycle to and from, you know? And it could be kind of hectic, kind of crazy. They actually have a trophy in the 25th Anniversary Edition for capturing 3 people in the span of like 5 seconds, which is like, Jesus Christ. I'm still playing with the modern setup that allows you to see what's going on in real time. Like, you can look in the left windows and you can see in real time what's happening in those rooms, which wasn't the case in the original versions of Double Switch. In the original versions, you had, like, these bars. Like, green bars meant that, like, a tenant was in there. Like Alex, or the grad students, or Jeff the musician. And then you knew everything was fine, because green people are fine, you don't want to capture green people, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to see what's going on in that room, click on that room, and then you'll see that the band's having a jam session for Slick Sammy, who's played by Taylor Negron. But all of the bad guys were indicated by orange bars. So you knew that when an orange bar was in a room, oh, get over there, because something's going on. And sometimes you'd see a character like Luigi in the grad student room, and he has this long build-up. He takes like maybe 15 to 20 seconds to actually step on the teeter-totter trap, which is, you know, something that you gotta kind of wait for. But then in the meantime, there's another orange intruder in this room, so you kind of have to bounce back and forth between rooms. And I don't know if this is true for the original version of the game, but for the 25th Anniversary Edition, you can actually kind of pause the game a little bit by constantly hammering the camera button on one room. Like, I'm in Alex's room right now, and if I actually highlight Alex's room and push the camera switch button, the shutters close and then they open, but time kind of freezes while the shutters are closing, so I can kind of keep doing that over and over and over again, and you might actually see it in this playthrough. I think I do it as soon as we start getting into Act 2 and Act 3, because that's when the game gets really hectic. But, because I haven't let anyone get away yet. You see the bottom? Captured, 21. Escaped, 0. I have not let anybody get away yet. And this requires some heavy bouncing between the rooms and me paying attention like a hawk to what's going on in the other rooms, because I'm like, okay, if a camera angle changes, go over there, because there's something going on. There's something going on, and I want to get over there before they get away, you know. See, I saw Luigi in the grad student's room, and I know it's going to take a while for him to get to the teeter-totter, so I just kind of like go back to the footage, move to another mobster, and I'm not really worrying about Luigi right now, because I know it's going to take him a little bit. But I also know I got to look at the keypad in the other room so I can free Eddie in order to move on to Act 2. So I trapped him, I immediately jumped to the mobster opening up the keypad, and you really have to keep that stuff in mind. There's a lot of fail states, there's a lot of instant game overs that you absolutely have to take care of. But in order to get an A rank, I can't really screw up too much. I have to capture as many people as I can. I completely cleared Act 1 without missing a single guy, which I was very proud of. I would have gotten the trophy for that if I had captured Lyle the Handyman as well, because there's a trophy for the 25th Anniversary Edition. Capture everyone possible in Act 1. And that includes Lyle the Handyman, but that is detrimental to getting an A rank, so I didn't want to do it for this run. But I could have caught Lyle if I really focused. But pay attention to the beginning of Act 2, because I capture one guy in Brutus's room, and then another guy shows up in Alex's, and there's the girl in the grad student's room. So there's like 3 people already. Get the window, and I missed him! I wasn't paying attention, and he got away. And now there's another guy showing up in the band room, so I gotta get him with the mummy. And now there's a guy in the hallway, the lobby room. Like, Jesus Christ, they come so freaking fast. And you really have to pay attention and just really get on your trigger finger. Like, I am mashing the trap button sometimes where it's like, I know they're about to step on it, and they just stepped on it, so I have to push that button like 4 times really quickly as long as they're standing on that thing, just to make sure that I get them, you know? And you're going to be seeing some clones. You're going to be seeing like, oh, Luigi's in this room, but wait, Luigi's in that room at the same time. These sequences are randomized. They're not always the same every time you play the game. I've had some playthroughs where, you know, the mobster always shows up in the lobby and you catch him with the fan trap. And with this Let's Play, I didn't get the fan trap guy all that much. I rarely got mobsters showing up to the fans, which happens a lot in other playthroughs. It's randomized, you know, what the mobsters do is randomized unless they're, like, plot central. You know, if they're important to the plot, those things always happen at the exact same time. But Luigi being in the band room, not necessarily going to happen in another playthrough. Maybe it's going to be one of the scroll and key guys. I don't know. Oh, and I have to capture Eddie as well. This moment right here, I cannot let him escape. The game considers Eddie a villain. It considers Lyle the Handyman a good person. So if you ever capture Lyle in Act 1, that counts as a wrong capture. That hurts your rank. If you let Eddie get away when you're not supposed to, It tells you that that's an escapee, so you have to capture Eddie at any given moment that you can. So A rank requirement basically dictates that you've played this game before and you know what's going on, you know. But of course. The good thing about Double Switch is that they don't really have any traps that are, like, multi-layered, aside from, like, Eddie the Mummy. Like, when Eddie's dressing up as the Mummy, you have to disarm his traps, and then you have to trap him, but that's about the extent of it. It's not like there's one mobster who dodges the one trap you lay for him, and then you have to capture him with a second trap, because otherwise it's not going to work. No, Double Switch is pretty simple. Double Switch is very considerate in that if you just activate the trap once, it's going to capture them. You never have to worry about needing to activate a second trap. So don't worry if it seems like they jumped over it, or if it seems like they kicked the chandelier from the band room or something. Don't worry. You are absolutely going to capture them by the end of the cut. So, yeah, just get these punks. Just get these punks. But I still gotta pay attention to Lyle the Handyman, so yeah.
Watch out for this one.
I'm not paying attention to the plot at all. Again, when you're doing good at the game, you have no idea what's going on in the story. Like, what is going on? I don't know. There's like one guy with blonde hair, he's freaking out, and there's a handyman that's like activating traps. But it's not important because I gotta take out Lady Wesker here. She's trying to find Ouroboros for complete global saturation. And this guy is auditioning for a Michael Jackson music video. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Put me on hold again. No!
So yeah, I'm just doing this A rank run because the 25th anniversary edition locks off bonus content, and I want to show you how to do it. You really have to jump between the cuts many, many times, and sometimes, you know, important stuff will be happening, and you still have to watch out for mobsters while the important stuff is happening. Like, Lyle the Handyman is activating a trap, and I do have to watch him activate that trap, but I can't let these mobsters get away, so sometimes every second counts. Like, I just cut back in the nick of time. This guy is in 2 rooms at the same time. So I get him in Brutus's room, and I have to get him in the band room, otherwise it's game over, but, maybe they're clones, you know? Maybe it's just a whole bunch of clones. We don't know how these mobsters work. We don't know how the scroll and key works. This is apparently an alternate history where New York City has this really elaborate trap-filled Egyptian apartment. So, I don't know. Why are the same people falling for the same traps that they've already fallen for in the same playthrough? Again, they're clones, man. They think alike, but they aren't the same person. Yes, that's my theory, yes. This game should have been called Double Switch, Attack of the Clones. So this is the one instance of, like, the fan trap, and I want to see the mobster go for the fan trap instead of the scroll and key girl.
Jeff, that's really good.
Well, whatever. Have to disarm the coffin, because again, Eddie's got his own remote control. And I think I missed someone else.
Jeff, you're scaring me.
I definitely missed someone else because it said escaped 2. I don't remember the second person who got away, but it gets hard to keep track of things, you know? Sometimes, like, characters, like, sit on traps on the exact same time as another character, so you literally have to bounce the split second that it happens to another room, and I can't help but let a few get away in this A rank run. I don't get everybody, but I still get the A rank, and that's all that matters. Richie Rich, what are you doing? Get out of here. I think that's the 3rd time I've caught her with that trap. Again, it's randomized. I can't control what mobsters go for what traps, so I just have to pay attention and realize that when a camera angle changes, I think someone's in the room. You know. This game is ludicrous. In the original versions of like the Sega CD versions and stuff, you actually had score. Like, you actually had a score for how well you were capturing people, and then you could join, like, the high score rankings. Because you didn't unlock bonus content in the original game. The original game was meant to be a one and done. You got to the ending, and then you beat it, and that was pretty much it. With this game, with the 25th Anniversary Edition, it has a ranking system, and to watch the bonus content, you have to get the highest ranking, so... And there's trophies, you know, there's lots of trophies for the PlayStation 4. I got the Platinum, because I'm a loser. I'm a sad, sad loser. Anyone who's ever seen my Xbox 360 account or my PlayStation account must think I have way too much time on my hands, and I know. I like to hunt trophies, and what can I say? When I play through a game, I try to get as much as I can. At the same time, I played Double Switch and got the Platinum in about, like, 4 or 5 days of playing it. And I don't know if that screams no life when I leave my PlayStation 4 for a bit for, like, 2 or 3 weeks, making new Let's Plays, playing Final Fantasy X-2, doing things with my life. I don't know.
Hey, ma'am, there's something I need to tell you.
I like to think I live a fulfilling life. Please reassure me. Hey, I got a trophy! My life's pretty good. I bet there's people in the comments being like, I tried to look up an A rank run. Stop talking. Why are you talking during this? It's a Let's Play. The title is Let's Play Double Switch. I'm sorry. Let's Plays have commentary. Playthroughs don't. Don't look up Let's Plays if you're looking for a walkthrough. And again, as far as tips go, it's just, you know, you can kind of slow down time by constantly hitting a camera button over and over again, which is always helpful.
Here we go.
Make sure you don't arm too many traps, because if you overload and reset, then you can screw up your timing a little bit. Like, every single room has their own trap, like, indicator. So if I set up the elevator here in the basement, and then I go to Alex's room to set up the fireplace and the window, you can only have 8 charges, and if I hit more than 8 charges, the screen flashes and it, like, resets everything in the whole apartment. And that can screw up your timing if it's like, you're setting up something, but you've already set up like 6 or 7 things previously, and then you screw up, and then you have to set it up all over again. It's not a huge, huge problem, but it is something you still need to look out for. At least you don't, like, overload the system by, like, overcharging it too much or anything, you know? Thank God. Oh, there's my Speed Trapper achievement. I got, like, 3 people super quick in the span of, like, 3 seconds, so...
myself to keep Eddie away from the phone line.
I'm pretty good at this game, not gonna lie. I'm pretty good at this really bad Sega CD game, yeah. Pretty awesome. Oh, I love this trap, but I don't get to watch it. Oh, yes I do. That fan's great because it just like rotates the mobster all over the place, and he tumbles out into the entrance. It's fantastic. It's like I'm going out of my way to get these mobsters and the scroll and key guys, and they're not even integral to the main plot. Not really. Like, they're integral to the gameplay, to what's happening to the player, I suppose. But, like, at the end of the game, when Eddie gets caught by the last trap, and he, like, falls, and you see, like, that one mobster look at him as he's falling down, you know? Those mobsters never show up again. The scroll and key guys, they don't do anything. Unless they're the ones who activated the switch at the very end and trapped everyone in the vault, which... we don't even know anyone was trapped in the vault. I'm just making wild assumptions here, but everyone's wearing a green lawn sleeve coat, so I assume it wasn't them who activated the switch. I don't think they were even in the ending. Apparently Edward Arms, like, was a member of the Scroll and Key, which all these green uniformed weirdos belong to. But how's that relevant to the story? They don't even do anything. Not really.
Can you keep a secret?
Here I am trying to think about the canon and the lore of Double Switch.
For what magazine?
Do you think Debbie Harry thinks about Double Switch? Do you think Debbie Harry remembers fondly about making Double Switch for the Sega CD? I wonder. The fourth time I've caught you like this, lady. You need to stop falling for this trap that you've fallen for multiple times. And how'd you get over there? I just trapped you! Again, Attack of the Clones. They are clones. None of this makes any goddamn sense. Also, if you do try to check out my Xbox account for the gamer score, or my PlayStation account for the trophies, and then you try to add me as a friend, look, nothing personal. I don't add people I don't know. The great thing about the Wii U and the PlayStation 4 is that they have, like, follow actions. Like, you can follow my account, and then you can see all the community posts I make, and post to Twitter. You can see my trophy list. Like, you could follow my account, and that's fine, but as for, like, personally adding me as a friend, I'm sorry, there's only a select few people I want to communicate and play games with, so don't take it personally. Sometimes you get a message in your inbox that's like, why won't you add me? And I'm like, look, man, I don't know you, I'm sorry. You might be like 10 years old. I'm 30. I just don't add random strangers. I'm sorry. I don't know you. I don't know you. It's nothing personal, kid. Nothing personal. So we're in Act 3. Act 3 is pretty much the same as Act 2. I would say Act 1 is the tamest when it comes to the mobsters. Act 2 and 3 are about the same level. It's just you have to keep really focusing in on the main plot, you know? You just absolutely have to make sure that nothing happens to Alex, or Jeff, or any of the lovable characters of Double Switch, because Eddie might kill him, and I don't know if you're allowed to retry once in order to get an A rank run. In the runs that I experimented with, you know, I got a B rank once, and I think the only reason I got a B rank was because I had to retry one time. So, keep in mind, I don't fail to get this A rank run. Retries diminish your score, and, if you screw up once, you might have to redo the entire game all over again just to make sure you get the A rank. I'm not sure. But you know what? There is going to be a bonus video coming out after this one that shows off all the bonus content anyway. So I guess I'm just making this video for the people who want to get that platinum trophy. The people who want to see how an expert player does it, you know. If you want to see the bonus content, that's going to be uploaded very soon. I'm going to be uploading that next, but still, I wanted to prove that I did it. I wanted to prove that I am an A-rank player, that I am the Great Clement. I didn't want that F rank to sully my good name, you know. I didn't get an F rank by my skill. I did it purposefully so I could show off the story. Come on. Come on, you know me. Well, actually, you don't know me. That's why I'm not adding you on my PlayStation account. But you know what I mean.
Don't you? Huh?
And that's the thing about all these FMV games. When you know what you're doing, they're like 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long, something like that. There was this great arcade, like, light gun shooter that was, like, full motion video for the entire thing. It was called Crime Patrol. And, Crime Patrol was a game I screwed up quite a bit, because it's, like, one of those games where it's all live actors, and they pop out of, like, corners to try and shoot you in the most ridiculous locations, too. There was one where, like, you're in a strip club, and there's, like, a woman dancing, a stripper dancing, and everyone's enjoying their drinks and just watching the stripper dance. And, like, every now and then some guy would pop out like, "Ooh," and he goes to shoot you. And everybody reacts to it, and everybody looks at the shooter's direction. But then they go back into their default position so that the next video clip can play of the next gunman going for you. It is so fucking ridiculous. And you know what? I might have to do a Let's Play of Crime Patrol one day. Because that game is So fucking silly. It's amazing. But when you know what you're doing in Crime Patrol, that game's like less than a half hour long, because there's really not much to it. They expect you to fail and have to retry over and over again in these kinds of games. So... Cut it close with Eddie here, because I had to get the dancing guy in the lobby. And here, Lady Wesker is looking pretty sexy. Except for that grease on her cheek. The hell is that? Where'd your coat go? Why is this the only instance where you're like, sans coat? Where is it? Where did it go? Ah, well, see ya, lady. You were my favorite. Although I do enjoy Mr. Kung Fu over here. This game is wacky. I just have 2 more people to take care of. This guy and the fangirl. Fangirl. I'm sorry. Bye-bye! And then I take care of Eddie, and I just beat Double Switch for a second time, and in about 26 minutes, so... Again, really short game when you know what you're doing, when you're not screwing up, when you're playing the game as intended. That's how long Double Switch is. But, let's take a look at my stats. Booyah! A rank performance. No retries. I didn't get any wrong people. I captured 138 mobsters and only let 9 escape. The trophy suggested I've done this before, and yeah, I have done this before. So yeah, folks, that's how you unlock the bonus content in the 25th anniversary edition of Double Switch for the PlayStation 4 and for Steam. And that's how the game is meant to be played. You can't pay attention to the plot because you're just supposed to bounce between cameras, trapping mobsters over and over and over again. So, if you've been watching this entire time, thanks. Anyway, I'll see you for the final video of Double Switch, the bonus content. Until then.